Hey guys, good morning. I'm going to give you guys a report on the boys, Finn and Casey. Everybody's doing well. But today's topic is specifically going to be around food. That's because Finn's food came in, and since it's here, I decided to do a little food analysis. I do that for every client. And what was nice about Finn's food is I was able to just read the ingredients, and I was shocked. And you will be too. And I'm going to tell you why, but let me just show you. He's over here. He's doing pretty good with his whining, so he tends to put his back to everybody when he's on place, which is fine. Good morning. I can't see who's on. For some reason, my Facebook is all messed up, and I don't know who tunes in, but good morning. It'll show me later who was on. So Finn, I'll just start with Finn and his nutrition. So what I did notice, I noticed this right away with him, is he's got these like little dry patches, right? Which are not normal for dogs to have these, especially a young, healthy, adolescent dog. Finn also has a habit of being at his feet, right, and licking his feet. So he's got these lick granulomas here. Now that is possible. It's due to anxiety, but more likely, hey Joan, I can see your name for some reason. So how you doing, Joan? Yeah, I like that cup of coffee. I'd like to have myself some coffee. So he's got a little granuloma. It's benign, right? But it's from licking. And sometimes those are from anxiety, which is possible. He is a chewer. He does chew on his blanket. Sometimes he's got a busy mind, and we're working on that to make it better. But I do think it is possibly due to his food as well. And I'm just going to grab his remote, and I'm just going to show you. Quiet. I just gave him a little stim, and I told him to be quiet because he's whining. And it's like, hey, Kathy. Now I can see names. How are you, Kathy? So let me just, I'm going to zoom in here. This is the science diet for Finn. This is his food, and vets, prescribe this food. So we think that, okay, if a vet prescribed it, that's great. The thing about vets, no slam on them. I love vets. Some of my clients are vets. I trust my vet all the time with my dogs, but they don't have a whole lot of nutrition experience. So let's just say, not experience, but they don't spend a lot of time in the classroom learning about nutrition, and I don't think that they're doing continuing education on nutrition. So here's the label. I'm going to read it. It's kind of astonishing. Just remember, dogs, they're carnivores, right? Okay. I mean, they do eat everything. But they are primarily geared towards protein. So they're carnivores. Here we go. Chicken, whole grain wheat. What? Cracked pearled barley. What? Whole grain sorghum, whole grain corn, corn gluten meal. Okay. I'm going to stop there. So, Joan, it's extremely important. It says important for dogs as it is for humans, okay? We're as healthy as the food that we eat, the same with our dogs. And I'm not saying that, Finn is not a healthy guy. He is, but I don't know that he's truly being supported by this food. It is a carb-based food, and that's not good. Like, if you think of in terms of blood sugar alone, eating all those carbs that I just read off is going to, elevate the blood sugar, and that can wreak havoc on the brain, the mindset, making him a little more like when we eat sugar and carbs, like we get that sugar brain, right? And we're just like kids, they get all frenzied and then they crash. Well, the same thing can happen with our dogs. So I'm a proponent of protein-based foods. And I go to dogfoodadvisor.com and I check out all the foods that, my clients are feeding their dogs. And for every client, I'll go through what food they have, and I'll just let them know, like, this Hill's Science Diet is 3-star rated out of 5. And I wanted to show you Casey, but I'll get to him in a minute. But the one thing I also want to say about it's chicken based, and the thing about chicken is that it can cause a lot of allergies because it's just it's got antibiotics in it, and they pump it through full of hormones, and it's not the best protein for dogs either. And that is what could be causing these little dry patches. It could also just be all the carbs in the food, right? And his skin is very dry, so all of that stuff that's not normal. So I just want to bring awareness to you. I am going to come back to this post later and add some just some basic information that I provide to all my clients for some of the kibble that's highly rated, that is higher in protein, has a better track record, is made by smaller companies, not the Hills, where they, vets, they're promoting this product for a reason. So it's kind of like pharmaceuticals going into doctors' offices. There's a conflict of interest there, in my opinion, okay? So just food for thought, no pun intended. And I will give you alternatives that you can look at, maybe research on your own, and if you decide at some point to switch up diets, you may want to go with a different protein, like they call them novel proteins. So there's less chance of allergies, so you would go with duck or bison, lamb. Those are good ones. They don't have as much chance for or cause for allergies. So yeah, we all should watch that glycemic index, right, Joan? I'm always watching mine because it's super important for our health. So here we go for the big boy, Mr. Casey. He's doing really, really well. He's coming more and more out of his shell, doing much better today this is his version of place because he's such a big boy. I just have him in a downstay right now, and he is on a back tie, as you can see, but he's doing much better being on place upstairs with me and other dogs. I got my dogs out too. Right now they're chilling, but he's, building some confidence, which is, what we're looking for. So all the things that have made him extremely uncomfortable in his training are actually, he's seeing, hey, these things are not so bad. I was afraid. I'm still afraid, but I can do this. I see that I'm doing it, and it's building confidence. So that's all a good thing. He's a bit of a mess in the car, and Kathy and Becky, I wonder if that's the case for you guys. I don't know, but we were really practicing getting in the car and doing downs and patterning that in before we go for another car ride, because the first car ride yesterday was a bit of a mess for him. So, and I will also talk to you, Kathy, about the dog food he's on, but I need to know if you guys could post here exactly the brand that he's on and the protein, because I don't think I know the protein, and I think I'm going to have to get him some more food because he's not going to have enough for 3 weeks. And I can tell you right off the bat, the pedigree is a food you're going to want to stop giving him because it's just not, I don't have the label in front of me, but trust me, I've had other clients that I just tell them just throw it at. It's just not, it's not good. It's junk food. I will feed it to him because I know that's what he's been on. But honestly, if it doesn't support him, why feed it to him, right? So that's your boy. So today, Casey, we're going to be, we're not going anywhere today with Casey. He is not ready for his second trip in the car. But for this fella, at about 10:30 or so, I'm going to be taking him to the vet to get weighed, just to have an experience at the vet, and then we're going to shoot on over to Petco. Yesterday I was going to take him to Petco, but the landscapers came, and I seized that opportunity to really work him around people because people are his kryptonite, and he did really well. But today I want to see how he does it at Petco, and some of the things that you're going to face, Karen, and everybody whose dog goes through training with me, you guys will have to work hard at continuing the maintenance at home, right? So I like to tell people, we went on these field trips and this is what I experienced, and this is how you will put your dog in those situations and get good behavior out of them so that you're successful and you feel empowered and that you can take your dog places. Yeah, Jared, I'm with you. Get rid of that pedigree. And Kathy, if you're on, I'll explain why you want to get rid of that. I'm going to read the label, and I think it's pretty shocking what's on that label. I just don't have a can in front of me right now. but you know, it's not necessarily the next time you take Finn to the vet, he's going to be a rock star. You're going to have to help him be a rock star. And the way that we help him is, well, first of all, we've got the commands built in. He's got the calm state of mind now. So you got the calm on command. You're going to have him do his sits and downs, you know, when you get into the vet. And you're going to have the tools to support you. The prong collar and e-collar are huge in your success for both of you, for both of these dogs. You will rely heavily on them. They're not the end all be all. It's in the end, it's the training. It is not the tools that make the dog successful or you successful. It's the training itself. But those tools are there to serve as backup, as the seatbelt, in case they blow off your commands and they don't take you seriously. Then you have those tools to back you up. But you know, that's kind of what we'll be working on. I do want to just see what I get when I take them out today, because I think it's really nice when we can get our dogs out and about and put them in, you know, give them experiences where they see different things. It's good for a dog. It's mentally healthy to get them out. Even if you have to pop a muzzle on them, like with Casey, it's like, good, pop the muzzle on. That's a smart thing to do. You're protecting yourself and your dog, but you're still getting him out there so that he can, you know, experience life with you and see that he can handle it. And that's good for his confidence. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Friday. I'll be on probably later or tomorrow. Have a good one, Joan. Enjoy that coffee. See you guys.